Hi folks, welcome once again to Pete's Kitchen Garden. It is Friday the 13th of May. I'm not superstitious at all, so I'm not going to let that worry me. Not a bad day, to be honest. It's sort of mostly cloudy. I've had the odd bit of sun, probably about 15 degrees. Gets a little warmer when the sun comes out. But I've had a good sort of hour and a half out here, giving the grass a haircut and just sort of straightened it a little bit around the border. I normally tend to do my videos in the evening. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but yeah, I've not done an update for a while, or at least it seems like a while, or quite a lot's happened since the last one, so I'm just going to take you around everything. I'm just going to quickly start off with this Sonnetti, lovely plants. I've got one here and one just, you see, next to the you can just see it there next to the polytunnel, if I can, yeah, just there. I picked them up from work this morning. It's my day off, where I had to nip in to get a few bits, and they were reduced from £5 down to £2, and yeah, they're doing alright. They were just getting too big for the pots, and so yeah, pick up a bargain. Now I'm just going to sort of come to this border because I've got a couple of little problems here. So I'll just show you this marigold. It looks like something's had it. Now, I don't know if this is slugs, but it doesn't really look like slug damage. There's been some digging around here, so I think it could be cat urine. Now, in the last video I think I mentioned about some granules that I bought to repel cats. Absolutely spread them all over the place. Didn't see a cat for about 2 days, and then all of a sudden they started coming back again. So I don't know what to do about them, to be honest, but really frustrating. There's so many of them around here. Good thing though, the dianthus is starting to flower. Beautiful red flower on there, and so most of the border, I'll just quickly walk down it, is not looking too bad. There's the odd thing, I mean, there's another marigold that's sort of had it there. This one here, I don't know, is that cat urine? Would that do that, or is it something else? Could it be slugs? We've had a bit of rain last couple of days, not too much though. I don't know. If you've got any ideas, please let me know in the comment section. Wallflowers getting a bit straggly now as well, but then again, others absolutely fine. So I don't know what's going on there. Just quickly take you through the veg beds. It is a bit windy at the minute, so I do apologise if there's a bit of noise. Garlic's still roaring along there, the overwintering garlic, just sort of starting to put a bit of weight on. Spring garlic, onions, still doing alright. To be honest, I need to start doing a little bit of weeding in this patch. I think I'm not going to do that today, but fairly soon. Another row of onions doing okay. Another problem I've had, these beetroot. Now, I have never had beetroot fail to germinate on me, and these went in nearly a month ago, and just nothing's happening with them. I've done some in modules in the greenhouse, and they sort of germinated within 2 or 3 days, so I don't know what's happened here again. If you'd like to enlighten me, put something in the comment section. I don't know, it's a strange one. This bed is very soon going to have the brassicas in. I'll show you how they're doing in a second. So we'll just spin round up onto the decking. Herbs doing fine. Potatoes still roaring along, first and second earlies. Carrots coming along nicely, they're doing fine. A couple more weeks and I'll probably put another row in there. I've topped these potatoes up with the compost all the way to the top, and as you can see, they're not far off breaking through, especially that one there. And the Swift, the one that I did really early, is just sort of going mental now with the foliage. So you know, we could be harvesting them by the end of the month. I made my mind up with the nasturtiums. What I've done for now is I've just got them in pots, some canes, and we'll see how they do. You know, that I transplanted these into pots a few days ago, and they're doing all right. You know, it'll add a splash of colour because everything else here on the decking, as you can see, is green. So nice bit of colour, and of course they are edible as well, the leaves and flowers. And they're supposed to have a lot of really good health benefits as well. I mean, you know, I don't know, I take it with a pinch of salt, but you know, anything for me that's a fruit or vegetable that you would think has got to be reasonably healthy. So yeah, they're finally out. I've got the brassicas out here today, and I'm just sort of starting to harden them off a little bit, but you know, they're getting pretty big now. I mean, they could be planted out, these, but I need to wait till the end of the month because last year I put them in and I just used netting. I think it was sort of, you know, centimetre square, and it was no good. I needed a finer mesh, and they just got absolutely wrecked by the caterpillars. So yeah, I'm going to get a really fine mesh on there, or Enviromesh, or scaffolding netting, or you know, something along them kind of lines, and build an actual sort of box frame over that bed there. So yeah, not doing too bad. Top end of the garden there. Always looks nice after the grass has been cut. You get a lot of dandelions as well, so yeah, glad I managed to get that done today. I must admit, cutting the grass is probably one of the more tedious jobs in the garden really, but it doesn't take me that long. I've got a pretty good mower and it has to be done. Strawberries are still doing okay. And hey mate, you alright?
You want in the cabbage plant?
Just 1 second, I'll be back in a bit, folks. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. That was my good friend Roy next door, my neighbour. He's also into his gardening as well, and he's been around a while as Roy, so gives me some really good advice. So anyway, sugar snap peas, look at them, they're really starting to come along now. What I'll do when these get a little bit longer is I'll sort of put a bit of string around them and encourage them, you know, towards that net. Lettuces coming along nicely, radish and salad leaves. That's the other Sonetti. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. Right, into the polytunnel. So there's a few new things I've done in here. The first one is I noticed the leaves on my tomatoes, which are coming along really nicely now. The leaves were starting to get a little bit of sort of sun scorch around the edges. Good old fleece. Use it for everything. So I've basically sort of put some fleece over just to give them a bit of shading. Peppers and the leeks over there. I've got my cucumbers in, all planted up in the border. The problem I've got is that I can't go very high. So these canes are about 5 foot high, and I'm going to get some netting on these as well, just to give the cucumbers more support. So all I do basically now is I've took these sections of metal out, left these ones over here because there's just enough room for everything. Took those ones out, and they're coming along nicely. And what it's a good idea to do with cucumbers, especially if your sticks are going up on an angle like this, is to actually plant them on an angle, which you can't really see from sort of this angle I'm filming from, but I planted those on a sort of 45-degree angle, and they're looking really good, looking really healthy, all 5 of them. At the beginning when I put them all in, I had 5, and one of the leaves was sort of damaged. The seed casing didn't come off properly, and I wasn't sure if it would make it or not, but actually I've got 5 pretty healthy plants there. Look at these beetroot now. Now, I do remember in the last video these were a lot smaller and they were a little bit straggly looking. A few at the back still are, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Lettuce as well, not doing too bad there. The swede seeds that I put in. I don't think these are germinated the last time I was filming, but they're coming up nicely now. Brassicas generally do, you know, germination rates are pretty good on them really. Black Magic Kale is still doing fine. These are the beetroot that I put in 3 or 4 days ago, and look, they're all germinating. So I don't know what's happened with the ones outside. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's only a few seeds. You know, it's just one of them things. It's early enough in the season that, you know, I'm going to be doing quite a bit more beetroot as we go through the season. So yeah, not too worried about that. Bit of a mix of bits and bobs there. You've seen these before, I think. Leeks, spring onion there, the beetroot my little boy planted are starting to germinate, and he hasn't actually seen those yet. So when he comes home from school later on, that'll be a nice little surprise for him. And more spring onions, the next generation, as it were. And then the next generation of lettuce, which they're going to go in the main sort of beds over there. And I think that's about it, folks. That's all I've got for you today. So yeah, I mean, everything's coming along nicely. I can't grumble. There's nothing I'm particularly worried about. You know, everything seems to be growing okay. Happy days. So anyway, guys, once again, as always, thank you for watching. It's much appreciated, and also thank you to the new subscribers as well. I love watching other people's videos, and it's great that people seem to be enjoying watching mine. So really pleased. So until next time, thanks again for watching, guys. Take care, and bye for now.